little better than halfway there. 20 games in all in pool play. This is game number 12. This is a big game, really big for both, and maybe even more so for Ephrata than for Cape Cod. But where Cape Cod is concerned, if you win it, you have guaranteed yourself a spot in bracket play come Thursday, because they played 3 games. They've only got 4 in pool play. If Cape Cod goes 3-1, that's good enough to get you in. It may not be good enough to get you in as the top team in your division, but it is indeed good enough to get you a spot. Meanwhile, for Ephrata Washington, they come in with the desperate need of a win. They've won 1, they have lost 1, you lose 2, and then you are on the bubble. A little dicey as to whether you get in or not. So Ephrata needs to win this one. Cape Cod doesn't have to win it, but if they do, well, you know the scenario. Decked out in the red, it is Cape Cod. Decked out in the aqua, it is Ephrata. Let's get things started for you with a look at the starting lineups. But first, got to recognize the people that are bringing you the coverage from the standpoint of James Crenshaw, our producer. All the camera angles, all the replays, all the graphics, his responsibility. iFiber is providing a great camera crew, and we thank iFiber for doing just that. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. It is Dakota Fingar who will step in and lead things off for Ephrata. Despite being the home team, it doesn't mean you get to be the actual home team in every game. So Ephrata is the visitor in this one, and it will be Fingar who starts things off. Duncan Favor, the right fielder, batting in the 2 spot. Joe Taylor is the shortstop, batting 3rd. Nick Lopez playing first will bat 4th. Zach Berryman is the 3rd baseman in the 5 spot. Jordan Rios, the EH, has the 6 hole. Tristan Garland is behind the plate, batting 7th. Arsenio Martinez will play left field and bat 8th. Cameron Valdez is the 2nd baseman in the 9 hole. And Quincy Vassar will be on the hill for Ephrata and will bat in the 10 spot. There's only been one other time during the course of the World Series that a coach has opted to go with a 9-man versus a 10-man rotation. It is to the discretion of the coach. In Babe Ruth, you can bat 9, you can bat 10. One time previously, there's been a 9-man rotation until now. And it's by the same coach. Dan Prono of Cape Cod went with a 9-man rotation in the opening victory, went with a 10-man rotation in victory number 2. He's back to 9 in this one. And of course, we will get to the offense for Cape Cod when we get to the bottom part of the first. Let's check out the defense first. Michael Frazier. Ryan Prono will be behind the plate. At first, C.J. McCabe. Second base, Jake Morris. The shortstop is Sam Majeski. At third, Mac Labarge. In the outfield, Will Leathers is in left. The center fielder is Nathan Amaker. And Nick Carr is in right. So you are all set. We are in Ephrata, Washington. Lights on at Johnson O'Brien Stadium. And at stake for Cape Cod, a berth in bracket play. At stake for Ephrata, a move closer to bracket play. Swing and a miss by Fingar, and one quick out. One away for Duncan Favor. A lot of baseball tonight, but you know there's more than just baseball in our coverage of the Babe Ruth World Series game. We'll get to your shout-outs in the 3rd and 4th inning. We will encourage you to follow us on Twitter in the 6th. And a couple of times during the course of the broadcast, we'll encourage you to go to Facebook. Although we have hit the 10 grand mark, I guess we just weren't satisfied. And we're moving forward. And need more likes, and we'll talk about that too all during tonight's coverage. One away, Duncan Favor, 2-0. Joe Taylor to the on-deck circle. Michael Frazier, right-hander delivering into the strike zone, 2-1. Got up to 98 degrees here in Ephrata today. Game time of this one, it is 96. It does not feel like 96, however. And as a matter of fact, we've got the iPhone weather app to verify that. It doesn't feel like 96 to folks from the deep south where 96 is warm. Here it is 96 and feels like 95 as it is hit to short. Majeski fields, fires, goes over to first. Favor is out, number 2. 2 gone for Joe Taylor. Sun will set in about 15 minutes at 8:22. Humidity is at 20%. Winds out of the west-southwest at 6 miles an hour. That's what this app says. I'm looking at my barometer, which is the flag in center field, and it's not budging. Right back to Frazier. Quick throw over and quick work of Ephrata by Cape Cod in the top part of the inning. 1, 2, 3. Finkar, Favor, and Taylor. We go to the bottom part of the inning. The last game on day 3 underway on Jock Giant.
Sure, Trustology is about sharing our financial expertise and helping our clients succeed. But it's also about helping local families enjoy a more festive holiday season, making sure parents have the supplies they need, and giving local charities everything they can grab in 90 seconds. It's employees who have a passion for serving their neighbors and the communities they live in. When you see Washington Trust's Crew in Blue doing their thing, that's Trustology in action. See more at Trustology.
Top part of the inning, 1, 2, 3 goes Ephrata. Finkar with a strikeout, Favor with a ground out. Same thing for Taylor. And it's a 1, 2, 3 top part of the inning. We head to the bottom part. Michael Frazier, pitcher, will start things off. Ryan Proto behind the plate, batting second. Sam Majeski, the shortstop, in the 3-hole. Mac Labarge is playing third, batting fourth. Will Leathers is the left fielder in the 5 spot. Nick Carr playing right, will bat sixth. Jake Morris, the second baseman, in the 7-hole. C.J. McCabe playing first, will bat 8th. And Nathan Amaker is the center fielder hitting 9th for Cape Cod. All facing Quincy Vassar, who is on the hill. Behind the plate, Tristan Garland, as the count evens up on Frazier at 1. Nick Lopez at first. The second baseman is Cameron Valdez. Joe Taylor at short and Zach Berryman at third. 1 and 2 on Frazier, the outfield for Ephrata. Arsenio Martinez in left. The center fielder is Dakota Finkar. Duncan Favor in right field. 1-2 offering to Frazier. Just missed outside. Your officiating crew, Brian Straggy behind the plate. Jim Burns is at first and Dennis Duke at third. Here's the 2-2 offering. Out of play again. On your scoreboard to the right, hashtag Babe Ruth World Series, Babe Ruth WS. What's that all about? Well, we've got all kinds of great plays for the World Series. Yesterday, today, it won't be long before big plays in this game are all on Facebook and Twitter. And when you put hashtag Babe Ruth WS in the search engine, it brings up the big plays. And of course, then we want you to look at them, like them, retweet them, share them, and let the world know about Babe Ruth baseball here in Ephrata. 2-2 offering. Popped up over towards right field. Favor backing up a few, makes the catch, and there's one away. Some pregame festivities, and I think that's probably going to be the norm between the 5 o'clock and the 8 o'clock game throughout the week, as this is supposed to be, and I'm still putting a question mark by that. Got a feeling, though, it'll be the last time in a while that you will see a World Series come to Ephrata. Sam and Randy Boroff, Randy specifically, very instrumental in bringing the World Series here 4 times in the last 6 years, 3 out of the last 4. But they say this is going to be the last. And as a result of this being the last, they're paying tribute to a lot of people who have made it possible. Hit towards left field. That one by Ryan Proto is out of here. He has doubled in the World Series. He has tripled in the World Series. Well, he needed to add one more to the repertoire. Ryan Proto with a solo home run. Smashes it over the wall in left. And Cape Cod takes the 1-zip lead with Sam Majeski headed to the plate. There are shots where you're like, well, maybe. That was one of those that there was little doubt. Ryan Proto with a solo home run, and Cape Cod takes the lead in the bottom of the first. Into the strike zone to Sam Majeski. Mac Labarge moves to the on-deck circle. One away and one out. As in out of the park, Ryan Proto. This one slapped towards center field. Fingar will make the catch, and there's two gone. Well, thank you, too, for watching on whatever medium you may be watching the game coverage. Whether it's on our website, jogjive.com, whether it's on Ephrata World Series 2017.com, whether it is in the Ephrata, Washington area on Northland Cable, provided by iFiber, or whether it's on the Babe Ruth Facebook page. Got lots of ways you can watch game coverage. Inside on Mac Labarge. Will Leathers moving to the on-deck circle. Well, we've been encouraging you, by the way, to like us on Facebook, which we will do again tonight. But how about liking Babe Ruth as well? I see their numbers growing, too. So go to Facebook and post in a couple of spots to like. Jock Jive Sports and Babe Ruth Baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Labarge. Outside of the strike zone to go 2-1. I realize it's 3 games, but I think Proto is hit for the cycle. I think he's got all parts of the cycle now as we are into game number 3 of the World Series for Cape Cod. And of course the home run tacked on here in the bottom of the first to give Cape Cod the early lead. Lights on here at Johnson O'Brien Stadium. By the way, if you go to Facebook and like us, or if you already have, scroll down and find a nighttime shot of Johnson O'Brien Stadium if you are in other parts of the world, if you want to try to kind of visualize the park from up above. 2-2 pitch lifted towards the gap. That will drop in as a base hit. 2-out shot by Mac Labarge, and he wants more than one. Quickly gets to second, a stand-up double. In the event you missed scores from earlier today, it was the Midwest Plains champions, the Fighting Squirrels of Charleston, Missouri, with a 9-4 win over Mount Olive, New Jersey. Meanwhile, Tucson, Arizona beats the Pacific Northwest champs out of Vancouver by the same score. And the game that just wrapped up was our first game that ended early. Only ended about an inning early, but it was our first to activate the mercy rule. A 10-zip Moses Lake win over Blue Lick, Kentucky. And I gotta admit, it was a surprise to me. Not necessarily that Moses Lake won, it was how they won by that 10 runs. Blue Lick had opened up the World Series with a 12-4 win over Tucson, Arizona. And yesterday off, play today, and well, they ran into a buzzsaw in the form of Moses Lake, which is playing some of their best baseball right now. Where Blue Lick is concerned, not out of the World Series, not out of the bracket play scenario. Just absorbed their first loss, so in reality, they're right in the thick of things if they win from here on out. Into the dirt outside to Will Leathers, and that will get Labarge to third. 2 balls and a strike on Will Leathers. Nick Carr is on deck. When you get to the top of the second, Infredo will send the 4, 5, and 6 spots to the plate. Nick Lopez, Zach Berryman, and Jordan Rios. On the outside part of the plate to even it up at 2. A relatively light Major League Baseball slate for today and tonight, but we'll get you updated on scores in a bit. Fouled off by Leathers. Over into the pin and near the home of multiple rabbits. I guess the rabbits were here last year. I didn't notice them. Got here this year, and there's rabbits running all around the park. Hit by the pitch, Will Leathers. He will go to first. And I'm not talking just, those gray rabbits that you expect to see. It's the multicolored, the black, the beige, the gray. And from what I'm told by groundskeepers here, there were 2 last year, and now there's 45. So a walk out to the mound by Randy Boroff to have a conversation with Quincy Vassar. We had a conversation last night with Randy Boroff, and Randy conceded that this is an extremely important ball game. He definitely knows that his team needs the win, and despite the fact we are very early, you've got 1 run in, you've got a couple of base runners on. And Coach Boroff trying to keep Cape Cod from cranking it up early. Meanwhile, Dan Proto, head coach for Cape Cod, no problem with what's going on. The home run by Proto, double by LaBarge, now in third. Leathers hit by the pitch over at first. Rolled foul. By the way, you want expeditious? That Ryan Proto home run already on Facebook and Twitter. That's why you want to put hashtag Babe Ruth WS in the search engine. Find it, like it, share it, retweet it. Whatever you got to do to it to get other folks to watch it. Fouled off again by Nick Carr. Well, the shout-outs already coming in. Cape Cod is pretty good at the texting thing. They're adept at the text thing. We'll get into the shout-outs come the 3rd and 4th inning. But if you want to work on whatever you work on to get you adept and ready to roll with the shout-outs, have at it. Into the strike zone, struck out his Carr. Left on is Leathers and LaBarge. Ryan Proto, though, took it out of the park. And it is Cape Cod that grabs a 1-zip lead after 1. To the second we go. Lopez, Berryman, and Rios all coming up for Infredo.
With today's fast-paced world can be difficult. Accelerate your life with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Surf, stream, and game like never before. Give us a call at 509-754-2600 and find out more at iFiber.tv.
Cheryl Konos Farmers Insurance is your local one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, and farm and ranch, Cheryl and Farmers are here for you. You never know when the unexpected will happen, so be ready for anything. She'll work for you to put together a package that fits your needs no matter how big or small. She's right here in Ephrata, so you can talk to her at any time. Please stop by for a free quote at 858 Basin Street Southwest or call 509-754-2550. Good luck to all the players and teams.
Keeping up with today's fast-paced world can be difficult. Accelerate your life with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Surf, stream, and game like never before. Give us a call at 509-754-2600 and find out more at iFiber.
3 go up, 3 go down in the top part of the inning. In the bottom part, 6 go to the plate, 1 goes yard. 2 are left on before 3 go down, and that's a, at least for the moment, happy Cape Cod dugout. After the Ryan Proto home run that gives the New England champions the lead here after 1. Now, there's some guys that do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work and don't get any attention, so we gave him a little. That's the bat guys. It is wrapped over the head at third of Labarge. It hit in front, tried to field, goes over into left, and on is Nick Lopez. That will be scored as the first Ephrata base hit. And the River Dogs have got a base runner for Zach Berryman. 10,084 likes now on Facebook, and we've had about 120, 130 likes today. Thanks so much. Lined at Labarge, makes the catch, throw over to first, not in time to pull off the double play, but does have Berryman on the line out to Labarge. That's throwing with the inability to get anything on it, just to try to get it over there quickly. I mean, he could obviously get something on the throw given the opportunity, but was trying to get something over there quickly to be able to pick off Lopez. And that was basically arm strength that got in there quickly and almost made the play. Jordan Rios batting, throw back to first again, and Lopez will crawl in safely. But we are now aiming for the stars, 11,000 on Facebook, realizing that might be a lofty goal by the end of the Babe Ruth World Series. But if you want to achieve, you want to progress, then you're never happy with whatever goal you've reached. So now we want more. We like the 10, wrapped in the direction of right field. That will drop into the mitt of Nick Carr. Out will go Jordan Rios, and Lopez will have to stay at first. So if you will indeed go to Facebook, put Jock Jive Sports, Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. We will thank you. And as always, it's not just about the numbers, though we like them. It's about getting you scores, schedules, and more. Where are we going? What happened once we got there? If there are weather delays. And of course, with social media, you provide input too. We get to interact. So Jock Jive Sports, put that in the search engine on Facebook, like us. Takes about a half minute. And then get back to the game coverage. Hit in the direction of right field. That will drop inside the line for Tristan Garland. Lopez, who is off and running with a crack of the bat, will go to third, and Tristan Garland, he is now safely at third. And Ephrata trying to make some two-out noise. Arsenio Martinez coming to the plate. Cameron Valdez moves to the on-deck circle. Jake Morris, C.J. McCabe, Nathan Amaker, the bottom third of the order due up when you get to the bottom part of the second. Night beginning to fall, and as it falls, so too does the temperatures. We are now at 85 degrees here in Ephrata. Update on Major League Baseball scores as we speak. Twins with a 5-4 lead over the Brewers in the top of the fifth. Cubs with a 3-zip lead over the Giants. That's in the top of the fifth. Orioles and Angels tied at 1. Inning number 5. Finals, Nationals have beat the Marlins 3-2. Pirates blank the Tigers 3-zip. Reds all over the Padres 11-3. And Cards ripping the Royals by the same score, 11-3. Base hit up the middle, and that will drive in the first Ephrata run. And this game's knotted up at 1 apiece as Arsenio Martinez delivers, and Nick Lopez will come in and score. The Arsenio Martinez RBI single knots it up at 1 here in the top of the second. Cameron Valdez coming to the plate. So New England gets their run on the big blast, and Ephrata gets theirs on a dink here and a dink there, but all that matters is what you got run-wise. And right now we are knotted up at 1 each. just missing outside. Count evens 1 apiece. Quincy Vassar moving to the on-deck circle. Runners at first and second. Every game right here on Ephrata World Series 2017.com. Babe Ruth Facebook page and jockjive.com. All 20 pool play games and all 5 bracket play games. Count evens up at 2, and if you'd like the DVD copy of the game, they are selling them here at the park. So if you are not at the park and want a copy, then find somebody that's coming to the park. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 2 runs on the board, and they're split. 1 for Cape Cod, 1 for Ephrata. Michael Frazier facing Cameron Valdez with the count full. A turn to second, and Garland will get back safely. For Cape Cod, they opened up with a 6-1 victory over Surrey, North Carolina. And then a 5-1 win over Mount Olive, New Jersey, as a strike is delivered to Valdez. Meanwhile, Ephrata losing to Charleston, Missouri, and then coming away with a 3-2 victory over Surrey County last night. 1-run plates, and Ephrata has knotted this one up at 1. Let's go to the second on jockjive.com.
Since 1969, DK's Drive-In has been Ephrata's favorite spot for burgers, fries, sweet treats, and everything else in between. We are proud to continue the DK's tradition of serving our community with delicious food made to order. Come on in or swing through the drive-thru and see why DK's has been a staple of Ephrata for generations. DK's Drive-In at 805 Basin Street Northwest in Ephrata.
Lakeview Golf and Country Club. They're looking for new members, and now's the time to join. There's no initiation fee, and it's $175 a month. A great course, great people, and a professional that has instruction available. His name? Matt Campbell. Along with a good junior program, driving range and restaurant are available to the public. Come and try the good food with Amy Galloway and her staff, open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Great course, great people at the Lakeview Golf and
1-run plates in the top part of the inning. We are tied at 1 each. Going to the bottom part, Jake Morris will start things off. C.J. McCabe, Nathan Amaker due up in the inning 2. Babe Ruth World Series, 4th game of the day on day number 3. We have climbed the top of the hill, and about halfway through today, we began to progress to the other side as far as pool play is concerned. And we are about a half inning away from all your text shout-outs. I see that folks are getting a little antsy when they get those shout-outs in. I understand. Opportunity for you to be kind of like the people there in the stands. Just like, but a little different, I guess. Into left field, and there is a Jake Morris single to begin the bottom of the second for Cape Cod. Both teams now with 3 base hits, and the Jake Morris single has the 7-hitter on for C.J. McCabe. Nathan Amaker moves to the on-deck circle. Again, a recap of the top part of the inning. Lopez with a single, line out by Berryman, fly out by Rios. But a Garland single as Morris gets back safely. And a couple of base runners on, and then Martinez delivers into center field to drive in Lopez. That's close, but that right hand of Morris back on the bag before the tag on the back of Morris by Lopez. Bunted foul by McCabe. And then, of course, Valdez strikes out to put an end to the top part of the inning. There is an air quality alert here in Ephrata, Washington, because of the smoke and haze, which has not been as bad since Friday as it was Friday. Breaking for second at the simultaneous time that Vassar is going over to first, and Morris tagged out at second. So Cape Cod gets a base runner on Morris with a single, but he is, for all practical purposes and technically, caught stealing second. But it was Vassar opting to go to first at the exact time that Morris opted to go to second. Lined out by McCabe right into Lopez's mitt at first. And there's 2 away as Nathan Amaker comes to the plate. Got there quickly, but Lopez ready. And there are 2 quick outs now as Nathan Amaker awaits. Like he was showing bunt, pulls back outside of the strike zone. Michael Frazier, who began the ball game with a fly out to right field, has moved to the on-deck circle. Foul tipped back and the count goes even. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS. That is the key to gain access to all kinds of big plays. The highlights of the Babe Ruth World Series. Shot towards left field, charging, trying to make the grab right on the shoelaces. That was Arsenio Martinez, could not bring it in, and Amaker's got a base hit, the 4th one of the game for Cape Cod, as the New England champs try to put together some runs with 2 gone. Just missing a spectacular play and an opportunity to be one of those highlight clips. Arsenio Martinez. 4th base hit of the game for Cape Cod as we go back to the top of the order. Michael Frazier, who is 0 for 1 in the game, a pop out to right field, steps in. Amaker back safely. Amaker, I'm sure, watched his buddy Morris get out and is going to play it safe over around first. Outside of the strike zone to even the count at 1. Ryan Proto moving to the on-deck circle. Nathan Amaker trying to read the pitching style of Vassar. Thought he had read it then, took off, fouled out a play by Frazier. The producer, James Crenshaw, has just, he's been researching, and anyone that wears a chain outside of the jersey is fast. I'm going to buy me a chain and wear it outside of the shirt, see if that actually works. It's wrapped towards third. Scooped up by Perryman, and he'll get it over to first to get Frazier on the 5-3 putout. An Amaker base hit, but he is stranded. We are 2 innings in. We're going to the 3rd. All right, we'll get to your shout-outs right after the break on Chalk Chime.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. Because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Good look of Johnson O'Brien Stadium. That view is from above the first base dugout. Even at 1, and pretty even in the hit department as well. Lead for Cape Cod, but where you want the big number, it's 1 each under the R's. Bottom of the order, we'll start off the top of the 3rd. Quincy Vassar stepping into the batter's box. Dakota Fingard, Duncan Faber due up in the inning 2. All right, let's do it. 3rd and 4th innings. Your shout-outs, 334-488-1385. Voila, just like that on the scoreboard. are the numbers you need to punch into the phone to text us. Typically, we have somebody at some point call. We'd love to be able to talk. But text is the method that will get those shout-outs on the broadcast, just because I got to call a little baseball game. 334-488-1385, and let's hop into them with a 1-1 count on Vassar on the outside part of the plate. Sending love to our Mac Attack and all of the Team Cape Cod from his Paul Gubby and Amy watching from Dennisport, Massachusetts. Strikeout of Vassar, one away here in the third. No Wallers. It was hard to let you go to the other side of the country, but I couldn't be more proud of you. I love you, Mom, in Sandwich, Massachusetts. Keep winning, Cape Cod, watching from Siesta Key. Glad I'm staying up late in New Hampshire to watch that blast, Ryan. Keep it going, TCC. Hit hard towards left field, over onto the warning track, and the catch made by Will Leathers on the long fly ball, but out from Dakota Fingar. It was Dakota Fingar who had that diving catch to save the victory for Ephrata in that one-run win over Surrey County. And he's out number 2 here in the third. Duncan Favor coming to the plate. He hit into a 6-3 his last at-bat. A giant shout-out to Cape Cod's Ryan Proto for that birthday present for Nanny. Love you, Ryan. It is on Facebook and Twitter, by the way. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS. Like it, love it, retweet it, share it. I'm proud of you, Mac. You are a true athlete. From Uncle Tyler. 1-1 pitch delivered towards short. Sam Majeski's got it into the dirt, but it conveniently hops right into the mid of C.J. McCabe. 3 go up, 3 go down in the top part of the third. We head to the bottom part of the inning. And the guy that smacked one out of the park will start things off for Cape Cod 60 seconds from now.
Today's Best Western is more rewarding than ever. Rewards members get our best rates every stay. And with rewards points that never expire, you get more free nights at over 4,200 hotels worldwide, gift cards, and instant rewards. Now get a $10 gift card with every night you stay. Let's go get rewarded. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Before the final touches were made, before the swing was built, before the trees were there, before the holes were dug, before any of that, a call was made so all underground lines could be marked. So the holes could be dug, the trees could be planted, the swing could be built, and the final touches made to a picture-perfect project. Dream, plan, prepare. Call 811 before you dig.
Bottom of the third, Ryan Proto starting things off. Had a solo home run in the first. Sam Majeski, Mac Labarge due up in the inning 2. Hits this one towards right field, and Duncan Favor is there for the catch, 1 away. 1 gone for Sam Majeski. Speaking of Sam, shout out to Sam and Team Cape Cod from Bob and Sue's in sunny Cape Coral, Florida. Shout out to nephew Mike Frazier, number 12, Team Cape Cod. Play hard, so proud of you, Uncle Murray, Smut, Vicky, Citron, Cooper, and Christie. Outside with the pitch to Majeski, who flew out to center field in the first. Much love to my boy Nick Proto. That was a bomb from Andrew in Sandwich, Massachusetts. Nick Carr Rutland, Massachusetts loves you. Cheers. Duncan Favor's sister watching from college at Eastern Washington University. Go Duncan, love you. Well, thank you very much for watching the game at the college. 2-1 on Majeski. Mac Labarge is on deck. Swing and a miss. The count will even up. Nice play, Sam the Man, Majeski, Mima, and Papa supporting you and Team Cape Cod from Fort Myers, Florida, home of the Boston Red Sox spring training. We love you. As a matter of fact, we have done some work there at JetBlue. There in Fort Myers, wrapped right up the middle off Vassar. Taylor will pick it up and go to first and get the out. Turns into a 1-6-3 put out at first for out number 2. What do they call JetBlue? Is it the South Fenway, I think? But good to hear from Fort Myers, or maybe Fenway South. I am verbally dyslexic. We love you so much, buddy. Keep getting it. Tegar 36, love Lexi. Let's go, Tristan. Shout out from Lexi's couch. Hey, that's a good spot to be watching the game. Mac Labarge with a double in the first, batting here in the third, wraps it over in the direction of right field, and he's got his second base hit of the game. To go along with the double in the first, has himself a single in the third. And the base runner aboard for Will Leathers. Shout out to Arsenio Martinez, watching you all the way from Texas. Kick some butt. Love your cousin Tamara. Nick Carr, there is nothing I love more than seeing you play baseball, says the shout out. Labarge on, Leathers steps in. Leathers hit by a pitch in the first, batting here in the third. Nick Carr to the on-deck circle. And the Vassar pitch outside of the strike zone to the opposite side of the left-hander. Top of the fourth starts with the shortstop Joe Taylor. Nick Lopez and Zach Berryman will follow when you get to the top part of inning number 4. So Joe Taylor, Nick Lopez, Zach Berryman, all coming up when you get to the 4th. Into the strike zone, count will even, one apiece on Will Leathers. After a day in which games have been relatively long, this one, at least to the moment, even if it's not that much shorter, it's just got a much shorter feel, an energy, an electricity to the game. Outside of the zone, 2-1. Labarge, who doubled in the first, singled in the third, at first for Will Leathers. Into the strike zone, and the count will even up at 2. So proud of you, CJ and the boys on TCC. Cape Cod loves you. Love you, number 12, grandson Mike Frazier from Grammy and Grampy Frazier. Go Team Cape Cod, and my great-grandson Mike Frazier from Nana in Sandwich. Pitch outside, runner goes, throw down. It is there in time. And Labarge trying to pick up the stolen base. Could not avoid the tag as it got there quickly from Garland. One base hit, nobody scores in the third. We are already to the 4th. Tied at 1. Joe Taylor coming up on JockJive.com's coverage of Babe Ruth baseball.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
Top of the fourth, about an inning left of your shoutouts. 334-488-1385. Joe Taylor will start things off for Ephrata Washington. Nick Lopez, Zach Berryman due up in the inning too. Lopez accounts for the only Ephrata run thus far. Proto for the only Cape Cod run thus far. We are tied at 1. And Joe Taylor, who hit into the 1-3 in the first, will begin things in the fourth. Back to your shout-outs. This one a shout-out to you, as in me. Jock Jive play-by-play guy for a very solid call of 4 games a day from Primetime Old Guy. Well, I guess that would be one old guy to another then. Thank you very much. How about the 34th game, I think, in, I guess that's 9 days. Got calluses on the vocal cords, but thanks for bearing through the rough spots and watching the coverage, and thanks for the shout out. Good luck, Ryan Proto and Team Cape Cod, at Janine and cousin Kyle cheering for you from Bourne, Cape Cod, into left field, and on with the leadoff single is Joe Taylor. So Ephrata picks up their 4th base hit of the game, a leadoff Joe Taylor single in the 4th. And Nick Lopez, who scored the only Ephrata run, has an opportunity to move Joe Taylor along as he steps into the box. Zach Berryman moving to the on-deck circle. Sending late night cheers to Mike Frazier and Team Cape Cod from cousin Mandy and Nicole in New Bedford, Massachusetts. It is late in the Eastern time zone. As a matter of fact, we've got 8:46 here. I think you're 3 hours up on us. So it's almost a Tuesday morning. Too far inside on Nick Lopez. He singled and scored a run in the 2nd. Nobody gone, 1 aboard in the 4th. Already got a Ryan Proto home run and a Joe Taylor. Nice defensive play on Twitter and Facebook. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS to catch the big plays. Shout out to Sam Magic Man Majeski from Dad on Bass River, Cape Cod. It's a pretty good spot to be here late on a Monday night. Keep it up, Tristan. You're looking great. Hashtag Boutte from Gang Gang Squad. Proud of you, Q from the Spangler family. 3-1 the count on Nick Lopez. Pitches inside on the walk issue to Lopez, and Ephrata with a couple of base runners on. The single by Taylor, the walk by Lopez. Zach Berryman coming to the plate with a couple of base runners on here in the top of the 4th. Shout out says, nice try, Mac. Keep up the great hitting. Go Sam Magic Majeski and Team Cape Cod. Love Gene and Carol. Zach Berryman, a line out to third in his previous at-bat. He is 0 for 1 of the game. Jordan Rios moves to the on-deck circle. Michael Frazier with a couple of glances to the base runner at second, Taylor, and delivers high for ball 1. And here comes Coach Proto to have a conversation with Mike Frazier. He's given up the single to Taylor, walked to Lopez, and has run the count even at 1 on Berryman. Again, it's not a game they've got to win, but it's a game that if they win, they guarantee a spot in bracket play. Lose it, and then you've got to win your final game in pool play, and then hope you don't get into a situation. Well, actually, if you lose this one and win that one, you're 3-1, you're in regardless. It is lose this one and then not win, lose your final game in pool play that puts you in a situation where it might get a little dicey for Cape Cod. You go 2-2 in pool play, and you may or may not make it in. You go 3-1, you got a spot. You go 4-0, obviously you are in. It's that 2-2 mark that's a little iffy. Hit to third, scooped up by LaBarge, hops up, can't get it over to first in time, and the bases are full of aqua. Taylor at third, Lopez at second, Berryman the base runner at first, all loaded up for Ephrata here in the top of the fourth. Shout out to Michael Frazier, so proud of you and Team Cape Cod from your girlfriend Brooke. Sending good luck to Michael Frazier and Team Cape Cod from Uncle Ed and Aunt Marilyn in Hyannis. Shout out to Abel, good luck. Hashtag Selfie King. Shouting out all the way from Othello, Washington. Go CJ, love Joby and Rach. Hit to short, Majeski sends it home, throw to first and gets the double play. Big play there as Jordan Rios wraps into the double play that takes away that lead runner. It will go 6-3. And get both Rios and Taylor. Lopez will go to third. Berryman at second, but they are there with two gone for Tristan Garland. Arsenio Martinez to the on-deck circle. When the bases are loaded and nobody's out, you're thinking at least a run. But if Frazier can get Garland, then nobody scores after the bases were loaded with nobody gone. Couple of pitches out of the strike zone to Garland. Wrap towards Majeski. He hops up and fires. What a play by Sam Majeski. We've had shout-outs that call him the Magic Man. Well, he pulled out the wand and tossed it over to first. What a play. And Cape Cod avoids a run after the bases were loaded with nobody gone. We are going to the bottom of the fourth on Jock Jive.
Ephrata is strategically located in the center of Washington State. The Port of Ephrata can meet your intermodal transportation and supply chain needs via road, rail, or air. Our most recently available property are two buildings that combine for 100,000 square feet of high bay heavy manufacturing space with multiple bridge cranes installed. When the workday is over, take advantage of the plentiful recreation opportunities in the area. Bring your business back to center in Ephrata, a center for commerce, a center for opportunity, and a centered life.
For more than 50 years, Tomer Construction has been helping build the Pacific Northwest. We've led successful projects throughout the area involving portable rock crushing, road construction, land clearing, land leveling, bridge construction, and structural concrete. We also offer fill material, sand, and gravel for your everyday landscape needs. For a free quote, call today, 509-787-3312. Tomer Construction, we're ready to serve you.
What a play by Sam Majeski to put it into the top part of the fourth. There are plays that are big league at any level. This was a huge play. And right on target. And not even close enough to be questionable at first. As Tristan Garland wraps into the 6-3 to put it into the top part of the fourth when Ephrata certainly threatened. They loaded things up. Had it full with nobody gone. Well, if it looks like somebody's pulling a lawnmower across the infield, that's because you don't see the bottom of the rake that's dragging the infield from your vantage point. Something that happens in the midpoint of the fourth every contest just to make sure that everything is satisfactory for those grounders. And that's why that infield looks so good. These are some guys, this Diamond crew, that they treat it with love and care. I mean, they have some finesse going on when they're working on prepping the field between ball games. Will Leathers, he will start things off here in the bottom of the fourth. Remember, bottom of the fourth is it as far as the shout-outs, so get him in. Shout out to Dirty Dave on the bench for team hashtag Cape Cod. Leathers with a pop to Favor over in right, one away. Nick Carr to the plate. Jake Morris will follow. Shout out to Cameron Valdez and the rest of the River Dogs from your favorite cousin Daisy. Shout out to the dude Christian Rippon, the hometown of Collin. Wow, unreal defense in the fourth, says the Shoutout, Team Cape Cod. Trying to start a war, maybe. How are those Supersonics doing? Sincerely, a Celtics fan. Way to get out of that inning, Team Cape Cod. Nice job. Happy Tuesday, almost, from the East Coast. You're 5 minutes away from a Tuesday morning as Nick Carr steps in. Launched into foul territory. And there you see some of the folks watching a baseball game here in Ephrata. That's why Sam's the man. Love from aunt, uncle, and grandparents in Southwest Florida. Nick Carr, a strikeout victim in the first, batting here in the fourth. High toss. Even at 2 is the count. Jake Morris will follow. Team Cape Cod, you have us all staying up late cheering you on from Marston's Mill in Cape Cod. Shoved towards the line, but fouled off by Carr. 56 minutes into the game, into the bottom of the fourth. Nick Carr was the last out in the first inning with a strikeout. Lifts this one towards center field. It is shallow, though, on the grass. Joe Taylor, the shortstop, able to come over and make the catch for out number 2. 2 gone. Jake Morris batting. Had a single, got caught trying to steal second. And again, if you want to get those shout-outs in, you got an out to do it. Tied at 1. We dedicate the 3rd and 4th to giving you a chance to cheer on your team. Swing and a miss. C.J. McCabe to the on-deck circle in the 5th. Bottom part of the order due up. Arsenio Martinez, Cameron Valdez, Quincy Vassar. Inside to even the count up. Fouled off, 1 and 2. Jake Morris. He was caught stealing on that throw by Vassar over to first when he broke for second. Poked in the direction of center field, and there's plenty of opportunity for Dakota Fingar to get there and make the catch. Jake Morris will go down with a fly out, and Cape Cod will turn in a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th. Thanks for all the shout outs. And we got more duties for you. How about a round of Twitter followers in the 6th? We'll talk about that when we come back.
On the Train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Tied at 1. As a matter of fact, I don't know that you could get a whole lot closer stat-wise. 1 run each, 5 hits each, no errors for either. And Ephrata has left 4 on, and Cape Cod has left 3 aboard. That's pretty close. And as a result, we've got a tie contest. Arsenio Martinez starting things off in the 5th. And the low pitch from Michael Frazier is ball number 1. Cameron Valdez, Quincy Vassar due up in the inning 2. Two Frazier tosses missing the zone. Arsenio Martinez with a single in the second inning. It was a single that drove in the game's only run for Ephrata. That was Nick Lopez. This is an Ephrata squad that loaded things up with nobody out in the top part of the fourth and wound up scoreless in the inning. Count even at 2. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS. That's important. Key to unlocking the highlights. Go to Facebook, go to Twitter, put hashtag Babe Ruth WS in the search engine and get to watch the Sam Majeski play or the Ryan Proto home run or the Joe Taylor play or highlights from games already today, or maybe you need some highlights from yesterday. There's another Sam Majeski play at short. The throw not there in time, but wow, just to be able to get there. Martinez with an infield single, but it didn't get to the outfield. Compliments of Sam Majeski. Boy, with that dive, I'm almost looking for a cape and the S on the chest. I mean, that was a Superman stop of the Martinez shot to deep short. It just could not quite get it over to first to get the out, but a nice play, rolled foul towards third by Cameron Valdez. Nothing in one on Valdez. Quincy Vassar moving to the on-deck circle. By the way, we are 11 away from 10,100 likes on Facebook. If you want to follow us on Facebook, put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine, and we will thank you for letting us get to 10,100. Cameron Valdez struck out in the second, batting here in the fifth with Martinez on. Barehanded by Labarge. He will throw over, get the out. Barehand was all Labarge could do. If he fields with the glove, he does not get Valdez. Nice bunt. Rolling towards third. But it does as intended and gets the go-ahead run in scoring position as Martinez advances to second. One out for Quincy Vassar, top of the order. Dakota Fingar moving to the on-deck circle. By the way, if you're going to follow us on Twitter, hang on, do it in the sixth. In the sixth inning, if you follow us, we show you a little love by giving out your Twitter handle. Quincy Vassar is going to come out of the offensive lineup for the River Dogs. And Caden Murphy substituted as a pinch hitter. Vassar a strikeout victim in the third. Murphy will bat for Vassar here in the fifth. Martinez in scoring position, an RBI opportunity there, and that is wrapped into center field. Let's see if Martinez is given the green light. Nope. He'll be held at third, but Murphy has delivered, the pinch hitter, with a single that moves Martinez 90 feet from home. And their runners at first and third as we go back to the top of the order. Dakota Fingar has struck out and popped out. He's 0 for 2. Ryan Proto stepping out in front of the plate, handing out the defensive signals. Off the backside of the bump, Frazier steps back up onto the hill. And will face Dakota Fingar with Arsenio Martinez at third, Murphy at first. Throw goes to first. And safely back is Murphy. A 1-1 contest. It has been one apiece since the top part of the second. But Ephrata Washington, just as they did in the fourth, are again here in the fifth, threatening to break apart the 1-1 tie. Have Murphy at first, have Martinez at third. High fly ball, left field, going back. Leathers, that one's out of here. Dakota Fingar with a 3-run blast. The celebration begins at home plate, and the fans ecstatic in the stands as Dakota Fingar delivers with a 3-run home run. And a 1-1 game is a 4-1 game after Frazier gives up the long ball. Duncan Favor to the plate. What a shot by Fingar. We have not had a game with multiple home runs until now. Ryan Proto does it in the first. Duncan Favor, a big blast here in the fifth. Into the strike zone, counting it at 1. Duncan Favor, a couple of trips to the plate in the first and third, both times ground out to Majeski. This one hit towards center field, and back onto the grass goes second baseman Jake Morris for out number 2. 2 gone for Joe Taylor. Joe Taylor wrapped into a 1-3 and singled. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Nick Lopez moves to the on-deck circle. Michael Frazier, pitch foul out of play. 0-2 when you get to the bottom of the fifth. You get to the bottom of the order, the 8 and 9 spot, and then of course Michael Frazier, who represents the leadoff guy, will come to the plate in the Cape Cod fifth. Right underneath the mid of a diving Sam Majeski, and another base hit. Joe Taylor getting his second one of the contest. It is the 9th one for Ephrata. This is an Ephrata squad that Randy Boroff, the head coach, had high hopes for. The problem was inconsistency. But thus far in this one, they, at least in the fifth, as well as the fourth, they've put base runners on consistently. Swing and a miss by Nick Lopez. He has singled, he has walked. 1 for 1 with a run scored. And up until the fifth, the only run scored, but obviously 3, the result of a Dakota Fingar home run. Count even at 1. High into the nighttime sky. It looks like it's going to drop down into the mitt of Jake Morris at second. A 3-run top part of the fifth. And it primarily is compliments of a Dakota Fingar solid home run over the left field wall. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth. 4-1, Ephrata.
Your eyes are a window to your health. And now introducing the latest in technology for diagnosing eye disease. Ephrata Eye Care has been serving the Columbia Basin for 20 years. With a friendly professional staff, they'll help you select eyewear that is right for you. Big and wide is the way to describe the selection of leading brands of eyewear. No more dilation with the new OptoMap ultra-wide field imaging. Ephrata Eye Care. Call today for your next appointment, 754-2020. Where does everyone go after the game? Where does everybody go before the game? Where does everybody go to watch the game? 12 Hawks, right in the middle of downtown Ephrata. Big screens everywhere, great food, great selection of your favorite spirits. It's where the friends meet. I'm not going to begin to describe all the items on the menu. You'll have to stop by and see for yourself. 12 Hawks, 140 West Division in downtown Ephrata.
Bottom of the fifth, C.J. McCabe starting things off. Nathan Amaker, Michael Frazier due up for the Cape Cod team, who had the lead after 1. It was a tie contest until the fifth. And a 3-run shot by Dakota Fingar breaks apart a 1-1 ball game, and obviously got a 3-run lead now for the Ephrata squad. That will ricochet off Vassar and still get the out. Another fine play by a shortstop. This on the other side of the field, Joe Taylor. It's a battle of shortstops, one trying to outdo the other and both putting on a show. One out for Nathan Amaker. Michael Frazier moving to the on-deck circle. They squeeze in a shout out or two more. One says, "We love you, Team Cape Cod, Barbara and Jimmy from Las Vegas." And then that's the Dakota we all know. Nice job, buddy. Lots of love from Lubbock. I wonder if they're still camping in Lubbock. I think last night they were watching the game while camping. Of course, when I say camping, you know, I'm thinking campfire, outdoors, which I'm not into that stuff, you know, the outdoors, roughing it. These days, camping's the RV. I mean, it's nice. Get over towards first was the catch made by Lopez, and it apparently hit the ground. Well, you had a couple of officials looking at one another trying to determine, did it hit the ground or was it caught? Let's see if we can slow it down and tell you, it looked like from my vantage point without the replay that it hit the ground, and yeah, it did. Well, you could see that Jim Burns at first wasn't sure. So rather than make a call and it be an errant one, asked Brian Struggy at home plate, and he said, yep, it hit the ground. So the Nathan Amaker at bat will continue. Pitch out of the strike zone, and the count levels off at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Check swing over towards Lopez, charges in, Fields steps on the bag, and then when he spins, loses the ball. And that is likely going to be the game's first error that will get Nathan Amaker on. Well, instead of putting the foot on the base, Lopez trying to tag Amaker, and when he tagged Amaker, the elbow knocks the ball out of the Lopez mitt. Well, the game of baseball, whether you are playing at a very, very young age or you're playing in the majors, it's a lesson learned. And where Lopez is concerned, if you touch the bag, you got the out. He tagged the runner, and the ball comes out. And Amaker is safely aboard. It's the E3 that gets him there. Back to the top of the order, Michael Frazier, who is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out. Steps into the batter's box. Ryan Proto moves to the on-deck circle. By the way, good Tuesday morning to you for the folks watching in the Eastern time zone, where it is now 12:13 on a Tuesday morning. Three pitches outside of the strike zone to Frazier. Drops in, 3-1. Game slated for 7. A tie game would send us a bit beyond. A big league would wrap it up early. Tie game may still be a possibility. The big lead doesn't look apparent. Vassar looking over at first, and will throw that direction again. Amaker able to get back safely. Three-one pitch. That will be fouled out of play. Good look at a nice crowd that's on hand here in Ephrata, Washington, watching baseball on a Monday night. Obviously, when you've got the home team, the host team playing, the crowd's going to be a little larger. The trip is certainly not nearly as long. Hit to Taylor. No play at second. He will fire over to first after the double pump and get the out of Frazier on the 6-3. Two gone for Ryan Proto. Proto with a solo home run in the first, to pop out to right field in the third. Sam Majeski moves to the on-deck circle. And they're not going to play around with Ryan Proto. He has been tough throughout the World Series, and the intentional walk is given to Proto. And in the world of Babe Ruth baseball, you don't have to throw 4 pitches outside of the strike zone to walk the hitter. If you want to give him a pass, you give it to him. Foul back. Majors have implemented the same thing. I guess everybody, and understandably, they're concerned with the number of pitches someone throws. And where the majors is concerned, where you got guys who've got a quota established by doctors or teams or coaches, why waste pitches on something outside of the strike zone? So let's see if Mac Labarge, who's a little insulted by the fact that Proto has been walked to get to, well, actually that's Sam Majeski. Let's see if he is a little offended. Launches it towards left field, and it is caught on the warning track. Arsenio Martinez. Well, it sure had the looks that Majeski was about to make Ephrata pay for the strategy. But on the warning track, catch made by Arsenio Martinez, and 2 are left on in the 5th. We go to the 6th, 4-1 Ephrata.
Come along now, join the fun in beautiful Grant County, Washington. Our lakes just can't be beat, our friends you'll love to meet in beautiful Grant County, Washington.
Call 800-992-6234 or tourgrantcounty.com. Brought to you by the Grant County Tourism Commission.
Right here in the Columbia Basin, located in Moses Lake, we've got a locally owned, operated car rental agency with a great selection of late model clean cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. They do direct billing to insurance companies when that unexpected accident happens and your car is laid up for that little moment. They're open 6 days a week with a new building and new location. 15 years of service to the Columbia Basin. Advance Rent-A-Car. Call them today, 765-39...
Nathan Amico gets aboard. Ryan Proto intentionally walked, and it looked like Sam Majeski was about to make Ephrata pay for the intentional walk to get to him. But Arsenio Martinez able to make the catch on the warning track while running towards the chain link fence. And puts it into the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th with a new pitcher on the hill. Nathan Amaker. He has replaced Michael Frazier. Frazier working a total of 5 innings. Gave up 9 hits, 4 runs. Strikeouts, 2 of them. And where walks are concerned, there was 1 in the 4th. And that was the only walk issued by Michael Frazier in his 5 innings of work. So Nathan Amaker has come in from center field. Will Leathers has moved from left to center. And Michael Frazier has traveled to the outfield. And Nathan Amaker will begin his tenure on the bump, facing Zach Berryman. Berryman drops it over towards second. Charging over, firing low. Jake Morris not able to hang on. And it's C.J. McCabe, and that will be scored as an E4. So the error gets Berryman on. As Jordan Rios, the EH, comes to the plate here in the top of the 6th. An hour, 20 minutes of baseball here in the nightcap, 4th game of the day. Rolled back to Amaker, slips, and while seated makes the throw over to get Rios, but Rios has gotten Berryman into scoring position. One out for Tristan Garland. There aren't that many unbeaten teams left in pool play. Cape Cod, one of those, coming in with a 2-0 mark. You've got Charleston, Missouri, which is 2-0 as well. Mid-County, Texas, they are 2-0. Everybody else has absorbed a loss, which, well, for teams that lose a couple of games, may be good news. Maybe one of those years where nobody goes unbeaten, or few, as hit by the pitch is Tristan Garland. And he will trot down to first. A couple of base runners on for Arsenio Martinez. By the way, we are in the 6th, and you know what we do in the 6th? New Twitter followers. We want to recognize you, want to honor you, and how we honor you is by reading your Twitter handle. So, if you follow us in the 6th, happens only in the 6th inning, we'll read your Twitter handle. Go to Jock Jive or go to Twitter and put @JockJive in the search engine. Follow us. Dropped into center field. That is a Arsenio Martinez base hit. Berryman comes in, scores, throw to third. Safely at third is Garland. Martinez with another RBI single at first. Runners on the corners, now a 5-1 game. And Cameron Valdez coming to the plate. Valdez 0 for 1. He is struck out. He has laid down a sacrifice. But what do we do in the 6th? You find us on Twitter. You put @JockJive in the search engine. You follow us, and we honor you. We'll give you a shout out in reverse by mentioning your Twitter handle. So do it in the 6th as it is batted. Back to Amaker, coming in from third on the squeeze. Got the run there. Thrown out at first is Valdez, but he will drive in Garland. To second goes Martinez. It's now a 6-1 lead for Ephrata.
Number 35, the pitcher, Quincy Vassar.
In the direction of left, over in foul territory, diving, trying to get there. Did he make the catch? That is another spectacular defensive play. The long haul over on the fly ball in foul territory and stretching out the frame. I believe that is Frazier, who is now in left field. And if it is, Mr. Frazier, you got something to be mighty proud of. The catch in foul territory to put it into the top part of the 6th. But it is another productive inning. A couple of runs will plate. The lead is now 5. Cape Cod's got LaBarge, Leathers, and Carr coming up when we return.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Freighter. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
Well, a quick mid part of the sixth as it is popped up immediately on the first pitch by Mac LaBarge. And there is one out for Will Leathers. All right, Twitter followers, when you do it in the sixth, we read your Twitter handles and we've got a number to acknowledge. So let's get to those quickly. At Dalton_Harper. At Dalton_Harper. As Will Leathers steps in. At Stacko21. At Stacko21. Thanks for following. At Tyler Myers_13. At Tyler Myers_13. A one-out base hit into right field. Will Leathers on. Here in the bottom of the sixth for Cape Cod. Leathers with a hit by a pitch in the first, with a fly out to right in the fourth, and now with a single to his resume. Nick Carr coming to the plate with a base runner on. At Moose_Ward-Well. At Moose_Ward-Well. Thanks so much for following. Dropped into left field. Back-to-back base hits. Wow, that was almost an out at second. I'm not sure why Leathers had let his foot off the accelerator, trotting into second, almost got picked off. That foot doesn't come off the bag. He's out. Two aboard for Jake Morris after back-to-back base hits. All the big plays and hashtag Babe Ruth WS, including the Michael Frazier diving catch in left field. The latest of which added to the list of big plays today. That one behind Jake Morris. More followers on Twitter at Lexi Guazar. Lexiguizar. Lexi Guazar. Thank you very much for following us. At Diabetic Cook. At Diabetic Cook. Thanks for following. At S. Nichols PTACTC. At S. Nichols PTATC. Thank you very much for following. Jake Morris has singled. He's popped out. He's 1 for 2. Cape Cod trying to rally late here in the bottom of the sixth. At S1 Alex. At S1 Alex. Now following us on Twitter. Do it in the sixth and we recognize you. Out of the strike zone, 3-1 on Morris. One more Vassar pitch outside of the strike zone, and the bases are full with one out. At Alex Eubanks 1. At Alex Eubanks 1. Pitch high. And on is Morris. The base is full. Leathers goes to third. Carr is at second. And here comes Randy Boroff, and apparently he is going to get Vassar. And it looks like Nick Lopez is the guy that's about to come in. At Luke is 12. At Luke is 12. Thanks so much for following us on Twitter. At Jack Calandra. At Jack Calandra. We appreciate you for following us on Twitter. We do it in the sixth. You follow us on Twitter. Our form of honoring is that reading of the Twitter handle. We'll get to the new pitcher after we get to the break.
kid, and I am here to tell you why fruit is good for you. It is healthy for your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your heart, and your body. I've been sitting behind this big tray of fruit, and it looks so good, and it smells so good, and I haven't gotten one piece.
When your sport team has a great game or season, come celebrate your team's hard work at Lake Bowl in Moses Lake. Our Redemption Center game room is loaded with fun. Lake Bowl wants to help you recognize your team's accomplishments with fun and affordable packages. Bring your team in to eat, play, and have some fun. Team celebrations are a blast at Lake Bowl. Give us a call or visit our website for more information. Lake Bowl, Moses Lake's family entertainment center.
Bases all loaded up. The new pitcher is Nick Lopez. Lopez coming in from first to relieve Vassar. Vassar will work into the sixth, officially get 5 1/3 innings of work in, give up a total of 11 hits and 1 run, or actually a total of 7 hits and 1 run. Got a new first baseman. And again, in the nighttime, it is difficult to see a relatively dark colored number on a relatively dark jersey. I think that is Gage Gibson. Might be Hunter Rosenberger. It is Hunter Rosenberger. So Hunter Rosenberger is the new first baseman, while Nick Lopez is the new pitcher. C.J. McCabe stepping into the batter's box with the bases full. Morris, he is the base runner at first. At second is Carr. Leathers is at third. The base is loaded. More Twitter followers in the sixth at MJ Turner 11. At MJ Turner 11. Thanks so much for following. Another one outside of the strike zone. Talk about a pressure situation for Lopez. You can't walk the guy or a run comes in. If the run comes in, then the tying run comes to the plate. Into the strike zone, 2-1. Nathan Amaker's on deck. More followers at Clay Taylor 4. At Clay Taylor 4. Thanks for following. At Ethan Danley 01. At Ethan Danley 01. At Daddy Nick Carr. At Daddy Nick Carr. Thanks so much. Count even. 2 apiece on C.J. McCabe. He is lined out to first. He is wrapped into a ground out to short. Here is the 2-2 Nick Lopez offering, and that will get a piece of C.J. McCabe, and the run comes in from third, Will Leathers. And Nathan Amaker comes to the plate representing the tying run. Nathan Amaker 1 for 2. He is singled. He has reached on an error. So the hit batsman brings in a run. McCabe credited with an RBI as a result. Carr, Morris, and McCabe aboard, and Lopez now facing Nathan Amaker. Popped up, foul territory, out of play. 6th inning only. New followers on Twitter. We honor you. Like at Haley Favor. At Haley Favor. Here's the 0-1 offering to Amaker. Got the outside part of the plate, 0-2. The Barge began the inning with a fly out to right field. Leathers has a single. Carr does the same. Morris is walked. McCabe hit by a pitch. And now Nathan Amaker in a 6-2 contest has an opportunity to drive runs in and aid his cause. It was Amaker who came in to relieve Michael Frazier on the hill. Outside 1-2. Michael Frazier moving to the on-deck circle. Here is the 1-2 Lopez pitch to Amaker. Right back to Lopez. Comes home for out one. And the throw to first will dink Nathan Amaker right on the number 7. That will allow Morris to come in and score. Carr is out on the putout that goes 1-2 for out number 2. But with the throw down that, as I mentioned, popped Amaker right in the back. The kidney shot allows Morris to come in. And that is going to be scored as an E2. That allows Amaker to get aboard and allows Morris to come in to make it a 6-3 game. And if you are Cape Cod, you're thinking, you know, that's more doable. 5-run lead, 3-run lead. 3-run doesn't feel insurmountable, nor did a 5, but Cape Cod trying to edge back into the game here in the bottom of the 6th as we go back to the top of the order, and Michael Frazier steps in. He is 0 for 3 with a flyout and a couple of groundouts. Ryan Proto moves to the on-deck circle. Base runners on the corners. McCabe at third, Amaker the base runner at first. Toss into the strike zone. Count-evens up. Top of the order due up in the 7th for Ephrata. And all of a sudden here in the bottom part of the 6th, the Ephrata lead doesn't feel nearly as comfortable as 2 runners have come in. Leathers and Morris. One ball, couple of strikes. Ephrata trying to improve to 2-1 in pool play. Cape Cod wants to go 3-0. We are in the bottom of the 6th. Couple of base runners on. Tying run at the plate in the form of Michael Frazier. And I guess the only one that didn't know there was time called was Lopez. And Garland looking to the dugout, picking up the signs. And Lopez, the only one that didn't know a time had been called and went ahead and threw. Amaker at first, McCabe at third. Lopez with a glance to the base runner. Pitch comes in low and the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. And 2 are in a 6-3 contest. Brief timeout while Hunter Rosenberger went over, and apparently one of the smaller fans playing outside of the fence dropped something on the inside of the fence. So Rosenberger ran over to retrieve and give back the fan. Now he's back at first. Popped up in the direction of left field. And there to make the catch, that is Arsenio Martinez. Couple of runs will plate. Cape Cod back into the ball game. It is a 6-3 contest as we head to the 7th, top of the order coming up for Ephrata.
Golfers, challenge yourself this season at Gamble Sands in Brewster, Washington, just 33 miles from Lake Chelan. Hi, Kevin Calabro here. You know, every Gamble Sands round is a fabulous bucket list experience. Gamble Sands was designed by David McClay Kidd, author of The Bandon Dunes. Go to GambleSands.com and take a look at this place. You'll see why Golf Digest and Golf Magazine recognize Gamble Sands as the best new course of 2014. Certainly is mine. Make your tee times now at GambleSands.com.
Top of the order, top of the seventh. Dakota Fingar will start things off. Duncan favored. Joe Taylor due up in the inning two. Cape Cod picking up a pair of runs in the bottom of the sixth to get a little bit closer. It is a 6-3 contest. Nathan Amaker up onto the bump to face Fingar, Favor, and Taylor. The 1, 2, and 3 spots. Thank you very much, by the way, to all those who followed us in the sixth inning on Twitter. Now 962 followers with a goal of make that 1,000. So about 38 away from achieving success in the Twitter world. And thank you already for allowing us to get to 10 grand in Facebook. Majeski can't get to it at short. And Dakota Fingar will start off the seventh with a base hit. One aboard for Duncan Favor. Favor 0 for 3 in the game. Couple of ground outs to short. Also popped out to second. Joe Taylor on deck. Afraid of trying to tack on enough insurance to make the lead insurmountable. Wrapped in the direction of center field. And over to make the catch is Will Leathers. There is one away. Here comes Joe Taylor. He and Sam Majeski have put on a defensive show at the sixth spot. Joe Taylor maybe a little bit of the upper hand though offensively, as he is 2 for 3. Majeski has gone 0 for 3 thus far. But both shortstops have put on a defensive showcase. Amaker into the strike zone, 0-1 on Taylor. For those in Massachusetts already thinking about the bottom of the seventh and what lies ahead, Ryan Proto, Sam Majeski, and Mac Labarge. One ball, one strike, one out. I'm looking to the American flag in center field. Absolutely no wind. I look to the cloth overhang that protects fans from the sun, and they're bobbing a bit. So I guess no wind in center field, but got a little bit here behind home plate as the count goes 1-2 on Joe Taylor. Count will even up. Your baseball tomorrow starts at the same time. 11 o'clock in the morning. Runs until right about this time, near 10 o'clock in the evening. Your 11 o'clock matchup, it'll be the Southwest champions, that being Mid-County, Texas, taking on Blue Lick, Kentucky. 2 o'clock, Charleston, Missouri, and this Cape Cod squad. 5 o'clock tomorrow, it's Surrey County, North Carolina, battling Mount Olive as the throw to first has Fingar back. And then your nightcap tomorrow, Vancouver, Washington, taking on Moses Lake. So let's see who has off tomorrow. We know Ephrata has off. Roll towards second, diving stop made. That is Jake Morris that comes up with the baseball, keeps it from traveling into right, but Joe Taylor's got his third base hit of the game. Couple of base runners on for Nick Lopez, and apparently that is going to do it for Nathan Amaker. Well, here comes the guy that's been working his magic at short. Question is, can he work the same kind of magic on the hill? Sam Majeski. He's stepping up onto the bump. Back with more baseball from Ephrata right after the break.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. Because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Moving to shortstop is number 8, Will Leathers. Now pitching number 5, Sam Majeski.
Will Leathers is the new shortstop. The former shortstop turned pitcher is Sam Majeski. And it is Majeski who has been asked to take care of the remainder of the top of the 7th with Nick Lopez batting. Lopez has singled, walked, and popped out. He scored a run as well. Zach Berryman, he's on deck. Couple of base runners aboard, Taylor and Fingar. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, many texters referring to Sam as the magic man. He's worked magic at short, and now he's, at least for the moment, worked some magic on the hill and got Lopez in an 0-2 situation, high with a pitch, 1-2. For those watching the game over in the Eastern time zone, it's either getting later or earlier. It's nearing 1 a.m. there in Massachusetts. Count even, 2 apiece. Into the strike zone, out goes Lopez, and Majeski gets out number 2. 2 gone for Zach Berryman. Obviously, Lopez didn't like the call, but it nibbled on the edges. Strike 1 to Zach Berryman. He's lined out to third. He's singled. He's reached on an error. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Jordan Rios moves to the on-deck circle. Ryan Proto, Sam Majeski, Mac Labarge. When you get to the bottom part of the inning, Leathers over to his second baseman Morris. The 6-4 putout will put an end to the top of the 7th. In the threat, the lead, it is 3. Is it overcomable? Well, we find out from Cape Cod's Ryan Proto, Sam Majeski, and Mac Labarge when we return for the bottom of the 7th.
Sure, Trustology is about sharing our financial expertise and helping our clients succeed. But it's also about helping local families enjoy a more festive holiday season, making sure parents have the supplies they need, and giving local charities everything they can grab in 90 seconds. It's employees who have a passion for serving their neighbors and the communities they live in. When you see Washington Trust's Crew in Blue doing their thing, that's Trustology in action. See more at Trustology.
Bottom of the 7th, Ryan Proto to start things off. It's a 6-3 advantage that belongs to Ephrata. Ephrata trying to hand Cape Cod their first loss in pool play and solidify the possibility of them advancing to bracket play. Where Cape Cod is concerned, to win tonight would have guaranteed a spot. Now you've got to knock off a team tomorrow to guarantee a spot. Otherwise, you're in that situation where it's kind of iffy. You might get in with a 2-2 mark, or you might not. So Ryan Proto will try to start things off for the team out of Massachusetts. Lopez delivering with a strike to begin the at-bat. Proto with a home run in the first to fly out to right field in the third. He walked in the fifth. Count evens up at 1. One of the most anticipated games of the World Series after its start. And it has lived up to the billing. 1-2 on Proto. One hour and 50 minutes. Nearly a 2-hour game, but it just hasn't felt like a 2-hour game. I was talking earlier in the day of a game that we had that was shorter than this, but felt longer. Just been a good game between these two combatants trying to improve their standings in pool play. That American Division, New England champs, Southeastern champs, the Midwest Plains, the Middle Atlantic, and Ephrata. The National Division, the Ohio Valley champ, the Southwest champs, Pacific Southwest and Northwest, and the Washington State champs. Count even at 2 on Proto. Nearly 10 o'clock here in the Pacific time zone. Out of the strike zone, and the count runs full. The tying run in the hole. Proto, Majeski, Labarge. Fouled off by Proto. Again, a big thanks, by the way, to Coach Proto when they arrived on Saturday. Boy, it's nice to get things started with a gift of saltwater taffy over on the East Coast. Thank you very much. Popped up. Over into foul territory, and Rossenberger. He's trying to make a catch as he was getting twisted all around. The ball went into the nighttime sky, began its plummet back to earth, and reaching out trying to make the catch but could not. And the at-bat for Proto will continue. And by the way, while we're extending thanks, got to say thanks to Sam Boroff, who provided us with some Babe Ruth shirts. Fouled off again. Our producer James donning his. I think I'm going to do the same tomorrow. Three balls and a couple of strikes. Thanks to Heather and Darren, and provide us with a lot of stuff. Tripods, multi-strips, food, camera ops. Ryan Proto battling here in the bottom part of the seventh. Looking for that psychological lift. The offense gets it if Proto gets on. The defense gets it if Lopez strikes him out or gets him out. In towards right, favor over, makes the catch, and there's one away. One gone for Sam Majeski.
Number 5, the pitcher, Sam Majeski.
Majeski 0 for 3. Couple of flyouts, one to center field, one to left. He ground out to short as well. Mac Labarge moves to the on-deck circle. Opening pitch from Lopez into the strike zone. 26 Nick Lopez pitches after taking over for the starting pitcher Quincy Vassar. Sent foul, and the count is now 0-2. By the way, if you want to help us get to 10,100 Facebook likes, need 7. 7 more likes to 10,100. Into the strike zone. Caught looking is Majeski, and there's 2 outs in the 7th. Well, with 2 away and Mac LeVard's coming to the plate, let me quickly run through the litany of closing game rituals. Big thanks to all the folks that make our coverage possible. iFiber, Heather and Darren providing the camera ops. Spencer and iFiber doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes technical work. And as a matter of fact, if it weren't for Spencer doing his behind-the-scene work, then iFiber wouldn't be on Northland Cable. So thank you, Spencer. Popped up right side on the run. Favor puts on the brakes, makes the catch. Ball game over, and Ephrata will win it. It goes final. It is a 6-3 Ephrata win. They will improve to 2-1 in pool play. Cape Cod will drop to 2-1. Don't forget about liking us on Facebook, following us on Twitter. Thanks for all the text shout-outs during the course of the broadcast. iFiber, all the people that work with iFiber, thanks so much. To our camera ops, we appreciate you. And to our viewer, well, if you weren't there, no need for us here. Thanks so much for watching late into the evening, almost 1 a.m. in Massachusetts. And of course, wherever you are watching, thanks. James Crenshaw's been your producer. I'm Robert Williams, and so long, everybody.